Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Couple points of clarification. Number one, I'm trading futures. If you don't know what futures are, in the description box, I will link you to a free 4-part series that I put together explaining futures, what they are, how they work, and it'll give you a good solid foundation if you are interested in getting involved in the futures. And then also I am trading through a prop firm. If you don't know what a prop firm is or you want to learn more about them in terms of which one I'm using, I will put a link down below, and that link will get you whatever promotion they're running. So definitely use that link so you're not paying full price for anything like that. But in a nutshell, prop firms just allow you to risk very little of your own capital up front with great solid upside potential. So I think they're a very valuable tool, and that is what I'm using here. So again, the information for that prop firm down in the description box. So right now I am trying to buy and go long at that green line right there. The price is coming down. We'll see if it can pull back a bit more to fill me. So I will pause the screen recording software for now. If it looks like I'm going to get filled on this one or one in the future, no pun intended, I'll get the software rolling. All right, I am in for just one micro early on in the day. My stop is that green line right there, and looking like I am going to get stopped. Well, it's close, and so close, and I'm out. So that's the nice thing about the micros, is if you're right, or the nice thing is, if you're wrong, you're not going to lose a bunch of money. I mean, right there, I lost $18.50. On the flip side, if you're right, you're also not going to make a whole bunch. But like I said, want to at least see if this one wanted to roll back over. And maybe it still does, but as you saw there, it came up and took me out in the stop, and then it comes back down. So in hindsight, should I give it more wiggle room? I suppose, but that's all hindsight. Okay, so starting off the day with the small loser, I will pause. All right, I have an order to get short at that. Okay, never mind. I just threw off my stop loss now, so I'm not willing to get short at that level there after the price spiked up. So, okay, never mind on that one. All right, I have an order to get short there at that red line, and I'm in short. Looking like I'm going to get stopped out of this one too. And out. Okay. Well, I guess I should just go long. I got close to getting out too, but yeah, it just didn't pull back enough. So $125 loss on that one. That was the NQ, so it's going to be more volatile. But I did like that setup quite a bit. It just, yeah, kept on plowing forward. All right, I'll pause. All right, looking to get short at that red line. Starting with one contract, I'd be willing to go more than one and build a bit of a position, as this thing is getting ridiculously overextended at this point. But if it does want to give me a quick little scalp, I'll take it. But I'm also not opposed to getting a bigger position on it. I'm going to move that up a little bit more now. All right, I'll pause. All right, getting close, in, and out, just like that. So the quick scalp, that was good for $60. So that is why, whoops, let me fix my marker real quick. There we go. So that is why this number down there is now smaller, because that was a quick $60. But I need to try for another one now. Let's try up there, which seems so far away. In fact, let's go with 2 at that point. There we go. So if I can get up to that red line there, then I'd be willing to take another scalp at it. All right, I'll pause. All right, gonna try to get short here at that red line. See if it wants to pull back here. Nope. Looking like that might actually be a genuine breakout. Okay, I'll pause. Have an order to get short at that red line there. Once again, it's pulled back. All right, I'll pause. I'll keep it going here just in case we get. All right, I'm going to pause. All right, I want to explain a trade plan. We'll see if it comes, but I want to see this move bounce. So what I want to see happen is for this to bounce, but when it bounces, I don't want to see it revisit those highs. So if it were to bounce up, like let's say right here, and then come back down, I am looking to short at that level right there. So I'm not looking to go short right now, which maybe I missed the trade. Maybe I should be going short right now, but hey, this is hindsight. But like I said, I want to see this come up, but not as high as right there, and then I want to see it come back down. So bounce, lower high, and then come back down. If it comes back down, then I would be interested in getting short here. So let me actually get this level mapped out. There we go. So that is the area that I'm watching. Oops, I didn't mean to go that. There we go. So right now it is bouncing, which is good. Like I said, want to see it come up to at least right there and then come back down. So that's the current game plan, and we'll see if it builds to fruition or not. And this is exactly why I did not want to take it on that break. It did break, but next candle, check it out, coming back up. And I'm not saying it would for sure have been a losing trade, but it'd be getting very close right now to being a losing trade. So I feel, like I said, I feel justified here to not have gotten short right there. Now, of course, if this thing kept bleeding, I'd be saying, oh, I should have gotten short. I'm a bozo and all that. But again, that's all hindsight. However, in this situation, like I said, at least I thought I had good reasons. And in my defense, I did have good reasons to not get short on this move here as it's coming back up. But like I said, now if it wants to got to put in a lower high, but now if it wants to come back down, I would certainly be interested. So we will see what happens. Have an order to get short there. I am short. Just a micro on this one. And let's see if we can pick up some downside momentum here now. Come on. Order filled. May still go, but I was looking for it to pick up and I maybe even gave it a little bit more time than I should have. So again, might still go, but that just goes back to hindsight. So a very, very modest winner on that one. Granted, if I did NQ like I was thinking, that would have been a nice, quick, with my position size, about $180 scalp there. But I went micros because I wasn't quite sure, given it was all the way up here and came all the way down in the same candle. And even now, I feel fine because look, it's still not quite letting go. Well, so there it was. Came back down. I didn't take it there. It bounced back up, went about halfway. Then when it came back down, I got short. But it wasn't the most beautiful pattern, so my confidence level wasn't where it should have been. But still a winning trade. Now I am interested in potentially getting long down around the 585 mark. So if this thing wants to drop down some more, I would be interested to get long down there. So there you go. Mapped out a potential trade plan before it happened. Things played out nicely. And that move up right there would have definitely made that losing trade. So had I gotten short when I said, no, I'm not going to get short now, that move up right there would have definitely taken me out, and it would have been the typical moves up, stops you out, and then, and then goes, which happens. But so I'm glad I avoided that. So a nice little lesson there in the power of charts. Again, it wasn't the most beautiful setup that took place. I would have liked to see a couple other different candles for him, but it is what it is. All right, I got to get ready here for potential. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right things. 585. Yeah, there we go. So if this thing wants to come down to that green line, I will be interested to go long. I will pause. All right, I'm going to try to get short at that red line if it wants to come back down. Nope. Shot up a little too far. So never mind on that one. Have an order to get short there at that red line. Oh, come on. I could have sworn I hit the red line. Must not have, though, because it did not fill me. Let's do this instead. Let's see if it wants to come up and then come back down. I will pause. And that's what I'm going to do here. Red line to get short. If it wants to come back down. Let's see. Getting close. Well, was just getting ready to lock in my stop if I did get filled. And we'll still see if it wants to. Now, if it goes up through where my crosshair is right now, then I'm no longer interested because that's throwing off the risk reward too much than what I'd like. So it's knocking on the door. So I'm still okay with it right now unless it goes up through that crosshair. It did slightly go above it, but so I'm okay with that. I can stomach that still. All right, getting down lower. So this is what trading is sometimes, just waiting, seeing if it wants to actually hit the order. It's getting close. All right, I'm going to just cancel all that out. I'll keep an eye on it, and if it wants to maybe form a bit of a support, then I'd be interested again. I'll pause. Have an order to get short at the red line there. Needs to come up just a little bit more. Oh, and then back down it goes. All right, I'll pause. All right, have an order to get short there at the red line. Nope, got to cancel that out. It shot up more than what I wanted it to, so never mind. And that's the nice thing about waiting for confirmation. You know, I never got into a move that was strong, unlike some of the other ones that I did earlier on. I just try to anticipate it, and then it just steamrolled right over me. So, of course, there's always give and take, pros and cons to each approach, but all right, never mind, I'll pause. All right, looking to now go long at that green line there. So I'm trying to buy the breakout of this trend line. So I want to get long at the green line, and then looking for a scalp on the breakout. Nope. It did break that yellow line as you saw, but then it just hesitated. I wanted a nice clean break, push, and then fill, and then take me out, not this little choppy breakthrough. Not what I'm looking for. I'll pause. All right, I have an order to get short there, and I am short. Looking to play this breakdown here. Oh, I hate when it blinks like that. I don't know why it does that sometimes. So trend line has broken. Now it's just a question of, is this a true break? And if so, can I get some downside pressure? I'll go ahead and pause. I'm not going to make you sit through this. I know the video is already, what are we at? Already at 14 minutes. So I will pause and I'll keep you updated. All right, I have my stop up there, green line. I'm looking to add in another one at that red line if this wants to come back down. If it doesn't want to come back down, then I'll just get stopped out up with that green line there. So we'll see what happens. I will pause. Canceled out the order to add, and I'll just let this one play out right now. Now I may add back in, or add if the, you know, if a new kind of formation forms right now. I don't really like it enough to add back in, or not back in, just to add to the position. So stop still up there. We'll see if it wants to come back down. All right, getting close to potentially stopping me out. And it looks like it hit my stop, and I am still in somehow still in, somehow still in. I don't see how I escape not getting stopped out of this one at this point. But I suppose crazier things have happened. Well, it's coming down. But this may just be a choppy range, and that trend line ultimately did not really mean anything. We'll see though. Yeah, pushing back up. Is this the time I finally get stopped out? And I'm not sure how I did not get, I mean, it looks like it hit that green line, but I did not get filled there. Okay, I will pause. All right, well, it did pull back, so nice candle there, but once again, if this is just a choppy range and these candles really don't mean much because it's just going to be chopping around, but this suggests that I should get some more, that the sellers showed back up, but do the sellers remain? We'll see. I will pause. All right, once again, approaching my stop up there. And this will be my last trade because this is just a chop fest now. Once again, very close. Okay, here we go. Is this going to be it? This has got to be it. Okay. Well, I will say this. I did put my stop loss in a very, very good spot as it's kept me in the trade. Now, whether or not the trade still works out is not the point. But yeah, there's been a couple moves up and I've had my stop loss literally in like the perfect spot where it's gone up about as high as it can go without stopping me out. But once again, as far the stop loss, fantastic. The overall trade plan, yeah. I mean, there's still a chance. That's why I'm still in it. But that trend line right there, as I mentioned, I don't think is as significant as what I thought, and we'll see. I mean, we can't even get down below it. So I'm curious if it does get down below it, will that finally, trigger some more selling? But this is a very tight little range here. All right, I'll pause. All right, it came down, and it's trying to push down through the trend line. There is the push down, kind of, sorta. But again, that did not really trigger anything at all. We'll see what happens though. I will pause, but yeah, well, I'll keep it rolling just in case it all of a sudden the floodgates open up. Or is that just me wishful thinking? Probably wishful thinking, but it's at least knocking on the door. Again, the annoying blinking blue line is where my entry was at, so I'm still not even at break even now. Okay, there we got some movement. Can we get some more push to the downside? Okay, there we go. It was green for a second. But I need this thing to pick up more momentum than what it has now. Come on. See if we can get some more downside pressure. See if I can get down to that green line there. It's bouncing back up here a little bit. All right, I'll pause. I did bring my stop loss down some to now just above the purple line there. So at least the loss now that I have will be lower than what it was during those first pushes. So right now this thing's either going to break down or it's going to pop back up, take me out, and I'm moving on with my day. At this point, this is really just for the video's sake so you can see a trade play out because, I mean, I don't have a lot on the line and I'm not going to, score a bunch either if this does go in my favor. So just, if anything, this is the real life of trading. As great as it would be to have like a trend line break and then always just immediately go, yeah, that's just not how it goes. Sometimes you have to sit through this chop. Sometimes you're a little bit early, and I was early. I did get the trend line break. I was in the green. But I mean, if this is a true trend line break, I was wanting more than what it's gotten here. So, but we'll see how this plays out. I will pause. And is this going to be where it stops me out? Just nonsense. Like I said, was it going to be chop? And yeah, it seems to be chop. Break, came down here, but nothing really, it's still stuck inside this choppy range. But this is also hindsight. If I knew it was going to be choppy range, I wouldn't have done it. I thought it, might get a nice clean breakdown. All right, I'll pause. All right, I'm actually going to add, if it goes down to that red line there, try to make it worth my while a little bit if I can get some sort of downwards move. But even if it fills me and then goes back up, oh well. It's not like it's anything going to be drastic. So this is either going to get rejected off the purple line, come down, and maybe that'll be the leading indicator of some more downside pressure, or it's just going to come up through, taking me out, and now I'm done with this trade. So maybe it's going to decide to play me like a fiddle. Like I said, come down here, fill me, and then go up. But if it does indeed get rejected off the purple line, it's looking like it's pushing up. Is it going to... Getting close. How did that not stop me out? Okay. Out there. So loss on that one. And I am down 120 on the day, which if you've watched past videos, 120, not that big of a deal. I can get that back. I mean, really, I could, if I found a really nice trade on the NQ, which up there is an interesting trade, then yeah, I mean, this is an amount that I could get back relatively quickly. But at this point, I just feel like moving on with my day anyways. So yeah, red day, it is what it is. I clearly did not have it today. And, even that one broke down, had it sit through some pain, came back down, got the breakdown. Sure, I could have had a green trade there, but I mean, for what was being risked, I needed it more than, what it gave me. And it just didn't work out. Back up it goes. On the bright side, I'm glad it didn't play me like a fiddle. I'm glad it didn't fill me and then do that move. That would have been embarrassing, but it is what it is. So again, if you want to learn more about futures, I'll put a link down below in the comment, or not the comment section, the description section. Totally free 4-part series. And with the prop firm trading, if you want to learn more about what they are, how they work, and how you have very minimal of your cash on the line, then you can, like I said, use that link down below. And definitely use that link because that'll ensure you get any sort of promotions that they may be running. So thanks for watching, and if you appreciate the transparency, do I want to post this? No. I mean, I'm well aware this makes me look like the biggest moron ever, but you know what? These days happen. So if you appreciate that transparency, hit that like button, and if you're looking for an easy way to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.